And welcome back YouTube, this is Booster Box Buster here with another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my long-awaited Yu-Gi-Oh! Minifigure Series 11 collection video. Made by Mattel sometime between the year 2002 and 2005, these minifigures represent Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that were used by characters in either the manga or the animated series. Now Series 11 is where the figures start to get really hard to find. Especially if you're hunting for them sealed, you're going to be really hard pressed to find some of these. If you're hunting for them loose, you're probably going to have a little bit more luck. But if you're looking for some of these sealed, you're going to have a difficult time. Series 11, 12, 13, and 14 are really, really difficult to find figures sealed in. And I don't care about set 15 because set 15 is just reprints. But with that introduction out of the way, oh, I almost forgot. One other thing to note that's really special about Series 11, it's the first series of the minifigures to not have a 3-pack. Every single one up to this point, even if it was just duplicates, always had a 3-pack with it. Series 11, unless it's really obscure and hard to find, does not have a 3-pack. With that out of the way, we're going to start the showcase. First up, we have this really cool translucent humanoid worm drake. Now I gotta say, this is a figure that really, really works well with the translucent ability. I love how it's kind of floating with that stand in the back, and it's really lined up pretty well to where if you're looking at it in a certain way, you almost don't even recognize the stand that it's on for the that's attached to the back anyway. One bad thing about that, however, is if you're buying this loose, it's often broken from the stand. So you'll often find this figure loose without its stand or with a broken stand that you could probably pretty easily just super glue back together. I love the giant hook, the hand, and even the really cool, like purplish eyes. It looks really alien, and I absolutely love this. That is the humanoid worm drake. Oh, and I believe this was used by the guy who had Slifer, the rare hunter that had Slifer in that duel against Yugi. The next one is the amphibian beast. A pretty cool monster. This would be a great swamp monster or swamp thing if you're doing some sort of a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. This would be perfect for that. Heck, this could even be like a sea devil, like a mutated sea devil, or even a Salad. This would be perfect for a lot of different things. Unfortunately, I do not know who used this in the anime or manga, so apologies about this. I just don't remember this particular monster. But I do really like this miniature. I love the little webbed hands, webbed feet, and just the green scale it has. Pretty cool. Pretty cool overall. That is the amphibian beast. Up next, so this is... This next one is one of the harder... Well, I shouldn't say that. It took me a while to track this one down, but when I did, I was pretty happy. However, when I realized it was grayscale, I was sad because this thing would look amazing if it had color to it. For some reason, they decided to make it grayscale, and that just makes me sad. This is Alligator Sword. One cool thing is if you collect the HeroClick miniatures, they did make one of this guy in the HeroClick form, and it looks really, really cool in color. But I think this thing would have looked so amazing if it was in color. So this one would definitely be a prime candidate for a potential paint job if you ever had a loose one. This would be a kind of a cool thing to try to paint. Really cool detail on it though. Love the helmet, the sword, the little scale skin. That's really cool. That's Alligator Swords. Try to get the glare off of there. Nobody likes the glare. There we go. This one I honestly don't know much about at all. This is stone statue of the Aztecs. This reminds me a lot of that one game show. Oh, what's that called? Legend of the Hidden Temple. This kind of reminds me of that talking head on there, and this is really cool because of that. And it also kind of reminds me of the Super Mario 64 boss, the giant hand boss in the pyramid in the shifting sandlands. Kind of a cool little fortress dude. I bought this one a long time ago. In pretty good condition overall. I gotta say, not my favorite miniature out of this set, but because it looks like Legend of the Hidden Temple and Mario Shifting Sandlands boss, it does kind of get that little extra bump up in terms of nostalgia and likability. That is Stone Statue of the Aztecs. Sorry, a lot of Series 11 I do not know who used them, so I apologize about that from the anime. Now here's a fan favorite. We got Rocket Warrior, and look at that. This looks amazing. I love the little rocket shoes, the almost like shield-like like checkerboard going on the midsection there. The star shield, the sword, the horned head. This guy is amazing. Very colorful, very bright. Just a fantastic figure to have in your collection. Now, this next one is another one that took me quite a while to track down, and it happens to be the second grayscale figure of the set, and that is Panther Warrior. Another one that I think would have looked amazing. I'm guessing the reason that they probably did not paint this one is because Panther Warrior has a lot of purple on it, and purple is not a very common color in Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I mean, they had but no, I can't say that because they did Sword Stalkers, so yeah, maybe I'm just talking out my backside there. But yeah, this one would have been another one that would have looked amazing painted, but for some reason or another, they decided not to. Probably because it saved them money from having to paint an extra one. An extra one. Jeez. Really well-fine detail on it. I mean, take a look at that face. That face is amazing. This one would be another candidate, along with Alligator Sword, that if you have one loose and you're willing to risk trying to paint it, could potentially look fantastic when painted. The only bad thing is these things are a pain to try to strip because, yeah, the paint on there does not come off easy. That is Panther Warrior. And another one that was kind of a pain in the rear to track down. We got the Beast of Gilford. Absolutely fantastic one. This is a very large miniature. I love the wingspan on him. Love the spikes coming off of his shoulders and his Madonna brow there. Spikes coming off his wrist. The blue tail. The spike coming off the chin of his helmet. This guy is Spike Central. Pretty cool miniature, and I love the little neck painted there to show that it's like a weak spot. Very cool miniature. Beast of Gilford. Alright, so we've made it to the final three miniatures of the set, and these three are really cool. First up, we have one of my favorite miniatures from set 11, Skull Dice. This thing is in excellent condition. Believe it or not, I've actually ended up with 3 Skull Dice somehow over time. 2 I got from lots because I needed miniatures from those and I could not find them anywhere else. And the other one I got before the lots by itself. So I do have one opened in my display case and the other one sealed if somebody is interested. And maybe I might be willing to sell it down the line. Yeah, Skull Dice, fantastic miniature. I love the giant dice that it has right there. If you take a look at the guy, it looks like a discount Batman or a Batman villain trying to pose like Batman. Got the yellow shorts, the black boots, the spiky hand gloves. Fantastic miniature. Skull Dice. Alright. And then the next one, now the condition of this one is not the best, but this is actually a really hard one to find loose or sealed. So we have Cyber Raider. Now this is the European release. How can you tell the difference between European and English release? See this giant 110? That's European. See how this does not have that and it just has, you know, just the name right here? That's North American release. So this is, I believe, the second or third European figure in my official collection. The other one being Karibo, because at the time I could not find a Karibo anywhere. And I believe there's one other one. I just would have to take a gander at my collection. But yeah, Cyber Raider. Not the most... This is probably my least favorite miniature of the set, I'm not going to lie. It looks like a Rams dedicated fan. Like, this guy looks like he should be the mascot for the Rams football team. Or maybe the Chargers. The blue and yellow, yeah. This guy looks like he should be like a NFL or football mascot or super fan. Yeah. Rams man. That's what I think of this guy. Speaking of that, as of the filming of this video, congratulations Rams for making it to the Super Bowl. And the final miniature, and this one I could have bought years ago. But I just never did, and the last 5 years I could not find this guy sealed at all. And finally, I found him sealed. And I am so happy. The condition is not good, but here we have Fortress Whale. Giant. It's not really a whale even, it's more like a narwhal with that giant horn sticking out. You got the little tiny fortress island on top there. A couple of guns, like turrets and yeah. A couple of turrets sticking out there. That's amazing. Released as a card in, I believe, one of the first tournament packs in America, which is... This, if you want this card, it's going to cost you probably a couple $1,000s. But this figure is not a couple $1,000s. It's, you know, in this condition, it's probably about $50, $75. But still, I'm very happy to have got this. This one took me forever to find sealed, and I'm finally in control of it. With this figure, this completes the collection. I have all 10 individually released minifigures from the Series 11 Yu-Gi-Oh set. I'm very happy to have it. One thing to note, if you get this guy loose, sometimes, not often, but sometimes the base is broken off, and you'll just have like him kind of laying on the ground. So just keep that in mind. If you buy this guy loose, double check to make sure he has a base, or else try to ask for a discount from the person who put it up for sale. Fortress Whale, the final piece of my collection. Now it's time of the video to share with you my favorite figure from set 11 and which one I think is going to be worth the most money, or not most money, it's going to retain its value down the road. So, favorite from set 11, let's see. Not gonna lie, it's kind of a hard decision. Honestly, I think Panther Warrior and Alligator Sword would both be in the running if they were in color. So, my favorite figure from set 11 is probably either of these two. I absolutely love both figures. I don't know why I've always had this... I've always really liked Fortress Whale. Even though the card really sucks, I always really liked that design of that card. And Skull Dice just looks amazing. I absolutely love that little discount Batman or counterfeit Batman going on there. Don't get me wrong, Humanoid Wormdrake is a close third, but these two have to take the cake for my favorite. Now, as far as which one is going to be the rarest, aka or hold the most value, that's a really hard decision because set 11 is, with the exception of maybe Amphibian Beast and Rocket Warrior, set 11 is not easy to find. So, in my opinion, the one that I think is going to be the hardest to find down the road No. Jeez. Okay, I'm going to go with value, because hardest to find is very hard. I think, in terms of just pure monetary value, Skull Dice, this guy goes for quite a bit of monetary value right now as is. So, yeah, Skull Dice, I think, and it's a really popular card from way back in the day. A really popular card in the show, used by, I believe, Joey. Yeah, just a really popular character card. And, I forgot to mention this, the very first trap card to be made into... Wait, no, sorry. No, never mind. Excuse me. Not the very first. One of the very few trap/magic cards to be made into a figure in this line. I forgot about magical hats. As far as rarity, which one I think is going to be the hardest to find, honestly, just because he's bland, I think this guy is going to be one of the hardest to find. You don't see him too often. Even in loose lots, you don't see this guy. Sealed, definitely Fortress Whale. If you're going for loose, this guy. If you're going for sealed, Fortress Whale. As far as rarity. Yeah, but honestly, if you could find anything from set 11 that's not Rocket Warrior or Amphibian Beast, I definitely say pick it up, because because set 11 is getting pretty scarce, especially if you're looking for it sealed. With all that said, this is Booster Box Buster. This video has gone on way too long. There, if I could speak, that'd be nice. And yeah, I think I'm about ready to wrap up. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see past video, it should be popping up right around now. Until next time, this is Booster Box Buster, and I'm signing out. Peace.